Hello, everyone. This is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. In today's update, we're going to be talking about a massive storm that is brewing. So, before I do get started, if you do love weather related content, please consider subscribing to my channel and share with your friends on social media. They're going to be impacted from this particular storm. So, let's get started. So let's start off with the overall map. You can see a developing low pressure system. Now this is starting Monday morning. We've got a deep trough. The jet stream dips all the way down into the California coast and really starts to dig in that deep tropical moisture and starts to really kind of kind of tighten up and develop it as it moves to the west. If we take it out another frame, you can see it starts to really kind of develop now by Tuesday afternoon as it starts tapping into some of that deep tropical moisture. But out ahead of it, we've got a cold front that's also going to be swinging down from the north. So we've got a two-prong approach again. We've got warm dew points are going to be surging into the mid 60s along with this colder air that's coming in from aloft and kind of mix it in, and is going to be creating a severe weather outbreak. If we take a look at the actual the bulk shear from this event is fairly high. So we've got a lot of bulk shear that's coming in at the low levels, and at the mid levels, the jet stream is extremely fast. And that's going to be creating a lot of updrafts from this particular system, and it's going to be susceptible for damaging winds, high hail, and even tornadoes with this particular system, with this bulk shear pulling in big updrafts. So if we take a look at in the Storm Prediction Center has already highlighted an area of concern for Tuesday afternoon. So how I think this is going to play out, we've got a developing cold front on Monday is going to ooze into the Dallas-Fort Worth area, releasing cooler air, and it's going to shut off. It's actually going to be hitting the Dallas-Fort Worth area before the warmer air is going to be able to tap into. So I'm not looking for a severe weather event within the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but just to the southeast, where that warm air is going to be ahead of that cold front. That's where you're going to have some concerns for those damaging winds, those high hail into Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Shreveport, and Jackson. And the Storm Prediction Center has already highlighted the 15% chance. Now, granted, this is still 4 days out, so wouldn't be surprised they even elevate this to an enhanced risk as we get closer in. So the dynamics are there. If we take a look at the actual water vapor imagery, you can tell there's high levels of water content in the atmosphere, taking advantage of these warm Gulf temperatures well into the almost approaching 80 degrees, which is extremely high for this time of year. And we're looking at levels approaching 2 inches per hour. So some pretty extreme rainfall rates as we start meteorologically spring that actually starts on March 1st, which is tomorrow. If we take it out another frame, by Wednesday, that's when it really starts to maximize and starts to really get going. And now we're looking at 2 to 3 inch rainfall rates. So we could be looking at not only severe weather from this event, but also severe flooding, especially with going into an environment that has seen an extreme amount of rainfall already over the last couple of months. And unfortunately, you're going to be setting up again for another severe weather outbreak, as well as flooding concerns. Now, this is what kind of worries me with the system, because you're going to have a pretty high levels of bulk shear in the upper levels, where in the mid latitudes, you're going to have a racing jet stream that's flying about 150 knots. So, and out below, you're going to have a pretty strong updraft. So it's going to create that spin in the atmosphere. So this environment in this area in the southeast could be susceptible for straight line damaging winds, tornadoes, and then also, like I said, severe weather aspect of a large hail and damaging wind, as well as a flooding concern with this particular system. Now, if we go back and take a look at my overall spring forecast, I pretty much highlighted an area that I would think this is going to be a greater concern for severe weather as we start meteorology spring. And this is definitely playing out the first week in March. It's going to be tapping into the same area that I highlighted that's going to be susceptible for severe weather coming up for this spring. So if we take a look at the actual, precipitation anomalies, it even kind of highlights that area where, again, this is 2 to 3 times normal rainfall rate. So there's a lot of potential here to be a damaging, not only severe weather event, but a flooding event with these saturated soils. And you just cannot take any more precipitation. And unfortunately, it's well on its way with anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of above normal precipitation for Texas and good parts of Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, into Georgia, parts of the Carolinas, going all the way into the Tennessee Valley, and parts of Kentucky and Virginia, as well as West Virginia. So all this zone is going to be susceptible for not only severe weather, but also flooding. Now, if we go back and look at the last 30 days of precipitation, it's basically highlighting the same exact area that's going to be getting all the rain this upcoming week. And in this purple shaded area, that's where we've had anywhere from a good 10 to 15 inches just in the last 30 days. So this area cannot take any more rainfall. And like I said, unfortunately, you're going to get it. So this whole area is pretty much under the gun for this week for this particular event. Now, if we could go back and look at the latest Euro model as far as the precipitation from this particular outbreak, I'm going with 1 to 2 inches here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, a little bit southeast of there, 2 to 3, but a good swath from Houston to San Antonio to Austin, as well as much of Louisiana, starting into Alabama, Mississippi, and especially into Georgia, some of these higher rainfall amounts of 5, 6, 7 inches in spots close to Atlanta, and to South Carolina, getting into Virginia, as well as Tennessee, and pretty much congruent now, even with the latest GFS, kind of shows the same thing. A good 1 to 2 inches in Dallas, 2 to 3 inch swath extending anywhere from the coastline all the way to the Tennessee Valley, with a bullseye setting up in the central part of Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia here, with a good swath of 4 to 6 inches from the latest GFS. And even the Canadian model is a tad bit more bullish, has the higher amounts spread out, but it just kind of goes to show you that this area is under the gun this week, basically from Tuesday, Wednesday, as well as Thursday, of damaging winds, large hail, tornadoes, as well as flooding rains from this particular system. So I appreciate you guys watching and staying with me. Be sure to like this video and definitely share with your friends on social media. They're going to be impacted from this event, and consider subscribing to my channel, and definitely catch me in the next video where I protect you before and after the storm.